here's another thing for the day. So I just talked about the power of words. I talked about how they can speak life or they can be negative. They can hinder a person. They can inspire either goodness or they're going to inspire negative. Essentially, that's what words are. Either they're going to be a blessing or they're going to be a curse. I'm going to go another step further. A person has every capacity to do things, even if it seems impossible. But ultimately, it's that person's choice. It's that person's choice to choose to believe if they have the capacity and willingness to do it, even if it's hard, even if it requires some pain, even if it requires sacrifice, whatever it may require, XYZ, okay? The point is, yesterday I was watching, I forgot what movie it was, and it hit me like this person didn't want to do this certain thing. Like they kept waiting. They kept waiting. And I even actually ended up talking to my daughter, my oldest one, who was coughing and she just wasn't feeling well. And I kept hearing her in the night, and I'm thinking, okay, is she gonna get up? Is she going to do something? And she said, she made the comment, Mama, I'm healed. And I said, yes, I fully believe that. But also with that healing and that alignment, you also stand in faith and you do something about that to help yourself. And granted, this is kind of on a different context, but the point is that some people are out there waiting for their miracle to happen. And yes, there are absolutely 100% seasons where you will have to wait and you won't always get to do something in respect to that, because sometimes that it's not that it's not been done, but it's not the right time. Well, I'm going to the next area of that. I'm not going exactly in that lane. I'm talking about if you're just waiting and waiting and nothing's happened. Have you asked yourself, could God be waiting on you to do something? Could God be waiting on your yes? Or could God be waiting on your action? So I say this to say is that, like that last night, I got up, I got Casey, my daughter, her some cough medicine that I had. I gave it to her and she slept. She slept with relief instead of waiting for something to happen in this respect, meaning that she was struggling to sleep. She was trying to find rest and reprieve from the cough. And knowing, and I love that her faith, that she believed that she is healed and that she's taken care of, and I love that. But we also have the tools given to us to take care of ourselves, to make that happen, not on our own strength, but when we partner with God. And sometimes that requires using the tools that God has given us, whether it's tea, whatever, just like kind of made in that like where I'm talking about my daughter. But in another respect, as you as a person, there's every intention in your choices, in your actions. The question is, are you thinking to yourself, are you discerning, are you asking God, okay, do I need to do something? Is this a season where I move, or is this a season where I wait? Because again, I emphasize there are seasons and times and spaces where you do need to wait and you're not able to do anything but just simply wait on the Lord. And then there are seasons that God's already given you everything you needed to do, but you keep waiting. You keep waiting and you're just waiting and waiting for this miracle to happen, and it just hasn't happened. But maybe because you haven't moved. Maybe you haven't had the action, you haven't done anything. And it's not to say that, again, I'm not saying a person hasn't. Hear me what I'm not saying. It is just simply saying that sometimes action is required for the miracle to happen. But I say this, you have to partner with God. Ask Him. One, you're expectant for the miracle. Are you believing that that's going to happen? Or is there unbelief is still? Because otherwise, that's a whole other video, but that's gonna hinder it. Two, second thing. Have you talked to God? Have you given yourself an opportunity in a space to say, God, is this my time? Is there something? What's my next step? Is my next step to wait, or is my next step to do? Third thing, Third thing, are you doing the step? Are you waiting or are you doing? So I hope that helps somebody.